Halloween, guys. Right, so it's Thursday. I finished work. I'm still in my work gear, and I'm here. The sun was fading bloody quick, and I mean bloody quick. We're at A1 pit 5 in the corner, with the A1 behind me, obviously railway bank straight across from me. And I've been on this peg before many years ago, 2440. Ooh, middle rod this time. Go on, have it. I haven't done that for a bit. Well, you can tell that the rods are underwater, making me jump. And like I say, the light itself, it was fading very quickly, so I need to get things set up, and it's forecasted rain, so I need to obviously get this lot up, the bed up. I thought I'll do that first just in case, and try and watch the water as I'm doing it, sort of thing. It's not a matter of case where I was able to walk around the lake to obviously see what's what, because it's pitch black. Yeah. So the last rod touched the water, literally pitch black. The middle rod, I was watching a little spot as I was setting stuff up. It looked like fizzing. That's the left hand rod now. I'll tell you what I think this is in a minute. The right hand rod I put over to the far margins, just a pink bait what run whenever it went last time. I think it were, unless it went somewhere else, can't remember. So that's got no flavour to it whatsoever, but it still popped up, so that's alright. It's just a chancer, yeah. Call it washed out bait. Yeah, so that's on a clean spot over to the right. Hopefully you can hear me with that bloody train. I'll wait. So yeah, that's on a clear spot on the right hand side in the margins, basically just near a tree. Yeah, no overhanging tree, so it looks good for it there. Walk round, pegs, it's not a peg, so that's fine there. It's a southwesterly wind. What's going to be happening, it's south wind today, but it's changing southwesterly. Trains, what is it with these? Yeah, get productive and buy a car, and then we don't need to worry about that. Middle rod itself, I couldn't work out if it was fizzing or if it was weed or what, because like I say, the light had virtually gone, and I'm looking at it. It's like, well, I've got to put a rod on it anyway, just to be on the chance. They're all like pub chuck sort of thing tonight. Went down, yeah, felt all right. I wouldn't say it was perfect, like, so there is like a bit of siltweed or something there, but it wasn't perfect. Left hand rod, that just literally went to the high horizon. Yeah, so just for a long chuck one. Fell that down, donk, rock hard. Dragged it back a little bit. It's like, bloody hell, this is clear. So happy with that. So chucked it back over there again, donk. Yeah, so that's on the money. But I think what's happening at the minute with the beeps and toots and stuff like, could be a bit of line settling down because I'm tight. But I've got reeds in front of me, and I've had to set the rods quite high. And there's quite a few bats around as well, so I think they're whacking the lines, and obviously that's what I'm getting, really. I'd say that's what it is. Either that or it's the line settling, but that last one was just literally a bit too aggressive, so that's what I say, a bat hit the line. It's a bit awkward, obviously, what I can see at the minute. I can see a little bit there. If anything happens, I can literally put the net in the water there. Other than that, that is the only place, so I couldn't put the rods there, because if anything does go erupting, got nowhere to net the bloody fish. Yeah, so I'll show you it all tomorrow once it's light. I thought I'd show you a little hack. Right at the start of the video, it's nice and dark and you can see obviously what's there, sort of thing. Yeah, none of the shit underneath. So we've got a bit of illumination what's underneath the bed. And we got a motion sensor there. So when I swing my feet out of bed, obviously I can see obviously where my shit is, like my shoes and my head torch and whatnot, like. Bag over that side and bag over this side, so that's why you can't see a great deal at the minute until obviously I configure it, and then one in the middle. But you know, look at the amount of light what that kicks at. Nothing much. Yeah, there is two lights, one side, one the other side, but I've only plugged one in up to now. We're bringing around. Right, So there's a motion thing, as you can see by its glory. That goes up to the wire. I've cut the wire, so that's actually just running this middle part of the bed, in between the legs basically. That's just stuck on with its thing. They come from Poundland, I believe it were, Home Bargains, one of them. Bit of Velcro on there to obviously just stick that on and off. Yeah. And then if I want to put it on the other side of the bed, I'll put it on the other side, but I've got two of those, so if one busts up, obviously one busts up. And all it is, just into the old power bank, and that is it. So I can leave that on all the way through. Anything happens, lights turn on automatically. Yeah, any rats come in the baby, it's going to turn on automatically, and all that sort of malarkey. But it's just better than trying to find the old head torch or be in complete darkness and can't find naff all just for a little light. There we are, it's turned off, so there we are. We just need to set it. It's got a time delay on it, so you can set it to what you want. Well, it's daylight. I've been awake since 4 o'clock because that's work time, and well, it's probably about 9 o'clock. Anyway, the wind is really whacking into this corner. I've got like half-foot waves coming down, and yeah, it's been raining, so it's dark maybe because I've had to put the overwrap on instead of a single skin. But what I thought I'd do, because obviously these rods do need a proper system now, so proper baits going on, and then obviously position and blah 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 and all the other usual stuff. But I'm not too fussed about position, yeah, because everything's coming down this corner anyway. So I wanted the corner for a couple of reasons. One, the wind is pushing down in this corner. That's one. Secondary, yes, fair enough, there's not amount of, or should I say, not a lot of anglers on at the minute. But the thing is, with a corner swim, no one can really cross you. Yeah, so you don't need to worry about people whacking loads and loads and loads of spoms in, or spods, whatever. And then obviously you got all that bait right inside of your bait. So that's another reason why I opted for the corner. Yeah, just space to get out of the way as things. So, but like I say, it's in my favour because the wind is acting down this way. Whether the fish follow the wind or not, I don't know. To be honest with you. But what I thought I'd do is tie up basically a PVA bag rig, but instead of going with an inline lead, I'm actually going to be doing it on a heli system. So we've got the called a heli safe on there. If you know what they are, obviously they drop the lead, so obviously the rig pulls down to that, and then the lead just ejects. Yeah. With it being a weedy lake, I'd rather have that anyway. But to be fair, I do prefer to use drop-off leads all the way through, no matter what the water, whether it's clear or not. The main reason why is because I've got direct to fish that time. So once that lead's dropped, I've got direct to fish. I can feel all the little lunges and twists and stuff like that. I'm not going to get snagged up on anything. I just find it safer. Yes, fair enough, it is technically polluting the water, but what's more important, fish safety or what? It's one of them, isn't it? So you can look at it both ways. Yeah, obviously dumping those leads into the environment, it's going to do some harm at a long period of time. But the thing is, with a lead, unless you're fishing gravel bars constantly over and over and over again, then the lead's going to sink down into the lake bed anyway over time. Yeah, so it's going to get sediment over it. It will get sediment over it within 48 hours, and it's just going to keep on going down and down back into the Earth's core. Now I've not got no rig on there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tie a PVA bag onto that, just with the Fox loader system. I don't need to be showing you that, so there's loads of videos on there. And then with the rig is actually just going to come down and it's just going to nick into the side of it, so it's still fishing helicopter, but it's got that bit of bait on there, and a bit of retraction instead of it just being like a single and then just putting scatters of bait around it. I don't want to be putting loads and loads of bait in. Not this time of year. It is October, end of October, coming up, well, it is virtually Halloween now, so it's, what day is it? Say it's Friday. I don't want to be putting tons of bait, and bear in mind, it's a day ticket late. Who was on this peg before me? I don't know. How long is it since someone's been on it? I don't know. Yeah. How much bait is in that water? That's the question. Yeah, so I don't want to be putting in bait on top of bait. Yeah, if I'm here for a week, then yeah, fair enough, I can obviously put that little bit more in, like. But I'd rather fish it on like a single sort of approach, just literally what I call like pub chucks. Yeah, I had loads and loads of beats last night. Yeah, I reckon it'll more the bats like it normally is. I've got to try and do something with them rods, try and get the tips a little bit lower down. But it's a bit of a job at the minute, so I thought what I'd do, let things settle down, keep an eye on the water, get these tied up, and then obviously go from that sort of thing. It's a bit harder to see anything at the minute with the water top, so what I'll do, I'll whack you around so you can actually see what the water's doing. Yeah. Piss off. I'd slacken those lines. You can see with my rod tips, obviously they're quite high. You can see obviously what I've got. This is literally the only banking station what I've got, unless I chuck the waders on them and go out, and then obviously have a chance of finding a shelf and then obviously going down. Yeah, so I've got that side. Same with the other side. It's about the same sort of clump, and it goes out further than what the net does. So yeah. So that's the reason why I've got to put the rods obviously where they are. Is it good in this wind? Not really. Obviously there's a lot of line going through the air, obviously for the wind to be biting it. So, but carry on regardless. You watch the birds. That's all it does the job. Right, so what we got in there is a helicopter lead system, so it's obviously going to be bottom of flight, isn't it? So trying to keep the lead central. Now I want to have the lead lower the bottom as well. Okay, I don't want the lead high up. Bear in mind I've got a heli safe on there as well, so I've got to make sure obviously it's as I cast it, it's not obviously going to dump the lead. It's got a possibility, but it's all about tying it up right, isn't it? So you want the knot to actually end, or should I say the fixing to end above the helicopter, the heli safe. So fill your bag up as you normally would, so a little bit of loose, yeah, and then obviously pellets on top, so whether that is ground bait, boiler mix, whatever you want to use, stick mix, that's up to you. I've got the micro pellets on top of that, which is like 2 mil, whatever they are. I have used the Fox loader system just to get it in, but instead of actually pushing the loader system back down, it's quite fiddly. So what I do now is actually just give it a good one. And the easiest way of doing this, because what I do on the outside is just stick it in your mouth, like so, and then from that, just keep twisting it. Like that. So that is above the heli safe. Just hold it. Doesn't look pretty, but it does the job. And then I can let go. Yeah. So as you can see, it's just unwinding the leg cord, but it's not unwinding the wraps. So once I've done that, I can make it a little bit better just by putting a bit of PVA tape on there if I wish to, which I did do on the last one. So we'll have a bit of that. Don't need a great deal. And you can probably see it there. Just move the leader out of the way. Just a couple of granny knots underneath it. It's not really needed, but I'm just doing it anyway, just to make sure. So that's nice and tight. I can now snap that off. No, we'll need to cut it off. PVA obviously melts, so it can go in the rain. And then it's just the corners as per usual. Now, these are the Fox bags, obviously they come with quite a big tab, don't they? So what I like to do is just lick that all the way across and just fold it over. So now it's actually looking more like a bag. And now belt my corners in. I don't need to worry about the hook because there's no hook in there. Just compact it down now. Everyone's got their own different method, whatever works for you. Lick and stick. I'm not really worried about the size, to be honest with you. I just wanted a little bit of bait. Whatever it lands on, it's going to be fishing anyway. So the weed itself doesn't seem too harsh at the minute. Compress that down. Also, those pellets are going up to the top as well. Push them down. I'm not looking for like a tube sort of shape. I'm looking for more like a ball sort of shape, like a square. Now, when I hook my rig in, obviously I want to find out where my lead is, which side it is, and then I'm going to be putting the actual rig on the opposite side of the lead. So you can still fish helicopter setups with PVA bags, yeah, if you are wanting that little bit of bait out there. Lick and stick. Not too worried about the aerodynamics anyway, so see, it's not going far. I don't want to be fishing the corner, you know, which is there, and then launching right up there. I can't see the point of that, yeah? So it's not going far, so I don't need it too aerodynamic. There's the other bag, yeah, so that's now 2 of those done. Like I say, they don't look pretty, but it's actually going to do its purpose, so that's the main thing. This will take a bit to melt, so hopefully there's quite a lot on it. But I need it to be secure, so that is still actually working. Yeah, I can feel the lead inside, so that's all good. Now it's a matter of case of flicking on the rig. What I've not done yet. Now it's going to fish. So I've got to try and move some of this out of the way. I've got a bead there above the bag. So that is going to be slid up. The hook's going to actually be into the side, and it's just going to be straightened up like that. That will stop tangles in flight. Not that a helicopter system does tend to tangle. So it's going to be like that basically. Yeah. 2 lines coming together. The baits are on the outside, the hook's on the inside. Or should I say the point of the hook's on the inside. And that is it. So it flies out, the bag melts, the rig's able to be pulled away a little bit, but not by a great deal. It's still going to be over the bag. Job's a good one. That is how it's going to be fishing, guys. Right, so we'll try this out of the wind because it is a bit fresh out there. Pod's had a bit of position, but nothing much. It's still banking left a little bit, but sod it. So as you can see, the wind has picked right up. It's hacking pretty much towards me, which is what I predicted anyway. The left hand rod and the middle rod's gone out, so the middle rod is on a chod rig with the PVA bag, and those as well, yeah, sticky baits, pineapple, and then buteric pop-ups, yeah, bright yellow, yeah, what you can see of them like. The sun's obviously coming from that way. So the left hand rod, bear in mind these bags are fishing with 4 ounce leads and also the pellets and that lot on top, so you're probably looking like 6 ounce, 7 ounce all in total, so they're not going to go a long way, especially with this wind coming towards me as well. I'm not aiming for long distance. I don't need long distance. The wind is coming down this end. I want to be fishing ideally down this end, yeah, but I don't want to have all 3 rods on one spot, so I've actually found them out. So the left hand rod will go with the tip of the needle, yeah, the left hand rod is there, yeah, tip of the needle. The middle rod itself is there, and then the right hand rod is actually going to go over here, tip of the needle. Try and get my finger out of it. Tip of the needle there. Like I say, they're not long ranges. You're probably looking, as a guess, 60 to 70 yards, yeah, and with the wind coming towards you and with that weight, that's hard going, that, yeah, that's obviously a lot of strain on the line as you're casting it, and I'm using 12-pound line Nash bullet. I'm not really a fan of it actually. I had high hopes for it, but I still prefer the ESP Synchro, so it's going to be a change back over onto that yet again. Why? Mainly because it's very notchy in the line, yeah. So it doesn't take a lot, and it weakens the line quite out a bit. So when you run your fingers up and down, you can feel all these little notches and stuff. And that's caused from, like, obviously the lay bed and all sorts of the casting and stuff as well. Just don't like it. It does tend to coil up quite a bit as well. I don't like it. Compared to ESP, you can run your fingers up and down that, and it's like bulletproof. Yeah, there's loads of lines on the market, fair enough, but I'm just going by obviously what I've been using over the years and years, and I keep going back to ESP. Now, just down in front of me, wherever I put that needle, you can just see that there, can't you? Poking out the water. That's obviously from the right hand rod, but it's obviously gone over there. It's hooked the weed, obviously the rig's over there, and then obviously it's bowed it, and then obviously that weed's on there. So that's going to change anyway. And that could have been obviously what those beeps and that were over the night. Obviously just a bit of wind catching it, obviously just pulling it up taut, and it were pulling it up taut because it'll pulling the hangers up. So what I've had to do with the hangers is actually put the solar weights on there, as well as the quarter stow weights on top. Because of the wind and stuff like that, also I need to keep things tight, but I need to keep it, stop that bow happening. Yeah, so if I get a bow, I'm going to possibly get a false reading. So I need to be doing away with that down there. I don't want that rod really going where it is with that line, because obviously that's like my netting station if anything happens, and that's going to be a pain in the arse, that. So this is why I need to keep it, obviously the line's going out a little bit more, a little bit straighter sort of thing. I could actually move that rod over there, do it that way, put the two on the pod and then put the others on the sticks, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to leave it as it is sort of thing. Once it's set, it'll be alright. Alright, so the joys of A1 pits, obviously you can have your car pretty much right behind you. So, not far, is it? Yeah, so let's take you down then. Got a bit of a bank, nothing much to walk down on this one, it's pretty level on this. That's only tight for a reason, it's bloody wind. Let's step down here to walk down. Yeah. Net's been moved again. There we are, look. Pretty tidy in there. Yeah, nice and dark. I'm going to get some kip later with me being up at 4 AM. Right, so looking through the internet, is this place haunted? It looks like it is. Yeah, if you believe that sort of thing. So, it's on Carp Forum. Yeah, don't normally go on there, but it's on there. And obviously you can go on the internet and type it in yourself, and obviously have a mooch and a read or whatever. Yeah, so it says that it's a very haunted place, very spooky, especially when it's coming into dark. I love it. Yeah. But one of the things what's on there is there's a ghost, yeah, a white silhouette what obviously walks around all the lakes and goes into people's pegs and then just stands at the door, yeah, staring at you. Yeah, and then you wake up and then obviously see that and you obviously break the shit house, don't you? Away with you. So yeah, there it is. It's haunted. Obviously there is the church, there is a graveyard, literally a stone's throw away from obviously the pits. It's just on the other side of the railway crossing. Yeah. Good luck goes getting through that bloody railway crossing, yeah. I was a good 20 minutes before it opened up when I got here. Yeah, they'll be bored by the time obviously they come onto the pits. But anyway, it is haunted. Might put chills down someone's spines. Yeah, the only thing that was putting chills down my spine is that bloody wind. Yeah, and obviously when I fart, only it comes up. That's more of a draft. Well, I need to get somewhere to eat. I've not eaten in over 24 hours now. Yeah, but when I'm on the bank, it's obviously not what I really do. So I've got a good selection. Yeah, I've got more fucking habit bags than God knows what now. Yeah, I love the stuff. Love it. So I've got a big, massive fat ass bag here. Yeah, which is a chiller bag. Yeah, and it's fucking chilled as well because I can feel it on my leg. And what has the dear packed me? Oh, got a bit of everything here. Yeah, it's obviously gone down the clearance aisle again. Yeah, what is that? Belly pork slices. Yeah, looks like it should nab some out because obviously it's open. Square sausages, hash browns, bacon. Oh, my favourite cheese. Wensleydale with cranberry sauce. Yeah, if you're going to do Wensleydale, you've got to do Wensleydale, Gromit. Yeah, so I've got some of that in there as well. It lasts forever, that stuff as well. It don't seem to go mouldy. Yeah, it's been in the fridge for 2-3 weeks. Massive block. I've just been gnawing at it over time. So I've got more hash browns. What's in that one? Hash browns. I've got eggs in the car. I know that. I've seen them. Square sausages down there. Burgers. Chicken burgers. Happy days. Yeah, so we'll have to do something with it. I might go with them belly pork things actually. Just gnaw on them. I think they're boneless. I love it. Being as the packet's open, obviously I need to go through them. So yeah, but this having range, A-spec, compound, I swear down by it. It's awesome. Great colour. Love the handles. When it is heavy, obviously it doesn't rip your hands to shreds and that lot. You get shoulder straps. This one don't come with shoulder straps, obviously. It's like a midget size sort of thing, but it does come with these clips where you put the stove thing onto, the gas canister. Got an old door down there, an old door down there, an old door down there. Yeah, so I've got the XL down that side, I've got the XL down that side. I've got the standard this side, yeah, which is, as you can see, that holds all my cooking equipment and whatnot, plates, whatever like, spare gas and all that lot. And my brew kit goes in there as well. I'm enjoying my brew anyway at the minute. So yeah, one thing what I noticed regarding that light underneath the bed, if this isn't actually getting any power usage coming out of it, this turns itself off, and then obviously the lights don't bloody work. So if you are using those lights underneath the bed, make sure you got one what just stays on permanently. So like I say, this turns itself off if it's not draining no power. It's like a safety feature in there. So what I'm doing, I'm running the phone down, and obviously once the phone needs a real good charge, yeah, the phone will keep it turned on, and then obviously those lights will come on as well. But it's a light, the lights itself, even if they're that sensitive, even with the bed, yeah, obviously the blanket cover, whatever you want to call it, when that flaps in the wind a little bit, like that, yeah, even that knocks them on as well. But it's not in your face sort of thing. That's what I like about those lights underneath the bed. It's not in your face. It's not blinding you or anything. It's just where your shoes are, but you don't even notice it come on. So I wasn't last night. Where the other light, that thing, it sort of reflects off the bivvy and all that lot. The other light, wherever I put it, so I got it just as a backup, is that one there. That's another motion sensor light. And you can angle it to what you want sort of thing. But it flares out and all that lot, and obviously sometimes it does your head in right. But that's there as a backup anyway. Obviously rats coming past and stuff like that. One come nearly right into bloody bivvy. Yeah, massive fucking fat ass thing. Right? I was expecting it to be sat on there and me wake up and it's in my face sort of thing, but no, it didn't. Yeah, it just kept running around underneath the pod and whatnot. Oh yeah, that is that. There's not really a great deal to talk about. It's all a sitting and waiting game, I said. Yeah, Yeah, that's carp fishing for you. Right, so we investigated what I thought was a carp near the top, obviously with the HD zoomable goggles, and now it's just literally a bunch of leaf matter. That's all it were. So it's all coming down this end. Obviously, anything what's on the top is obviously coming down into this corner, which it will do obviously if the wind is coming in. So yeah, there's still a couple of bird life. Another angler's just come round, obviously having a little chat to us. I think he was thinking about going over there, but with using fluorocarbon and the wind and stuff, he's a little bit put off with it, sort of thing. It's obviously the casting. So he's thinking about going on to free, because apparently free fish are coming out. Bear in mind, free's obviously a smaller pit. There's not a lot of water to play with, so it's quite easier to get onto the fish. When you're on these bigger pits, obviously these fish are moving. I mean, yes, they can be held up in certain areas, but they are moving, and they tend to go in like a clockwork or anti-clockwork sort of motion. They do tend to go round. So yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? But I'd rather have a challenge than going on to somewhere if I'm coming somewhere like this, I'd rather go on the harder lakes, you know, where if anything does happen, it's obviously feels more special, more rewarding. Yeah, it could be another blank, yeah, just like all the others. Yeah, but every blank, and then something happens, then it's like your heart is racing and you feel really rewarded. Instead of going to an easy water, which is what I've been doing a bit back, and it's like, doesn't matter where you put it, you know that you're going to get a fish sort of thing, so it runs water. It doesn't really feel rewarding. Yeah, you can have good sessions, you can have still bad sessions, you can still blank on a runs water, of course you can. But when you come somewhere like this and you come expecting a blank, because that's how I always come at this location, I always come to expect a blank, and if it happens, hopefully it happens. And then I'm like, whoa, it just like blows me sort of thing. And that's why I started coming back here. And it's not far from obviously where I live. So it's a great complex, not far from where I live. But I've got loads of complexes around near where I live, and it's one of them where it's just too much bloody choice, and it's like, where do I go? Yeah, do I go here? Do I go there? Do I go Cromwell? What? So I want to do Cromwell as well. That's literally a few extra miles down the road, not a great deal. About another 6, 7. But that one's where you got to book on to, and then obviously you got to fight to obviously find the swim sort of thing, what you want. So you get to the gate first in, obviously you get to pick the peg. So if you're last in, you could be on the worst peg there, and you paid all that money for no, really. But Cromwell is a very, very hard lake. It's a bit smaller than this, but it is a very hard lake. This itself, to me, is just one of them. I wouldn't call it a hard lake, but it's not one where you can guarantee fish over and over. So you could be coming here for years and you might just end up with one fish sort of thing. So I'm not targeting anything. I don't target certain things now. I guess I'm obviously targeting carp, but I'm not targeting one particular carp because I don't know what the carp is in here. I don't follow it. So with the lakes flooding and stuff, as I was saying earlier, I don't follow it like that, because the target carp, if I were targeting one, it could have been in here, but for all we know, it could be a 1, or it could be a 6, or it could be in the Trent, or it could have gone into a field and obviously died, obviously with the water obviously going away, or it could be in someone else's lake. So yeah, that's obviously how I look at this place. Come in looking at a blank. If anything happens, it's all massive, big, juicy bonus, isn't it? So, one of the main reasons why we don't come out the bivvy, yeah, us normal vloggers, not the TV programs or any of that crap, us normal vloggers, obviously, we ain't got a cameraman and we ain't got someone else shedding light on us. So what we rely on is obviously the sun. Yes, I've got nighttime lights and stuff like that, obviously, if anything happens at the night time. But during the day, I'm not going to be having them on. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just a black silhouette. And the reason why is because the sun is behind me. It's reflecting on the lens. And it's obviously making me darker because I'm in the shadow. But the water's that way. Yeah. So if I turn around, now you can see me. Yeah. So this is why a lot of the work is actually done sat in there. Yeah. There's not really a lot to talk about. It's not like you're going to be able to see fish jumping here, there, and everywhere, because obviously it's just black. Yeah, it's just, you can't see it. So that's why we do what we do. Yeah, not just me, there's many others. Well, we'll have a walk down, keeping an eye on that. What's going on here? Eh? What's going on here? Green, orange, purple. Halloween colours. Yeah. 2 rods are going to be in well over 24 hours. The other rod is going to be, it's over 12, yeah, so you're probably looking about 16 hours on the right hand rod. That got done about 3 o'clock sort of time, somewhere like that, 3-4 o'clock. Just literally just put it over top. That's it. Make sure it presented right, make sure there's no weed mass around the hook and stuff like that. Come back spot on clear, went back over the same place, chucked it in, yeah, happy with that, donk, brought it back, same place, donk. So yeah, they're all right. It's just literally getting the fish onto them now, isn't it? That's all it is. We'll probably turn you around. No, yeah, we can. Because no, we can't. Because obviously the light over there, it's obviously just flaring up. But there's no to report. Like I say, these are motionless. Yeah, no beeps whatsoever, which is good in a way. It's not like false beeps and that, like a bit of weed on the middle rod, a bit of weed on the left hand rod. It's working like a bat led sort of system, but obviously it's not, because obviously it's still up in the air, but it's just literally keeping it there, if you know what I mean. I was expecting it to be beep 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 beep, but no, it's alright. They're not really blowing about now, so they're going to be beeping, like I say, when the bats come out. But that weed has obviously anchored them down a little bit more instead of it being really tight over. The right hand rod has got quite a bit more line on it. It's like tripled the length out because there's no weed on it. So yeah, I just want to leave them be. Obviously see what happens. More likely going to be waking up to now. Yeah, but it is what it is, isn't it? So we'll go show you them in a little bit once it is literally dark. That has been rammed today. Don't know where it is, but southbound has been really slow going. It's probably try and get on at Newark. That's been piled up, sort of thing. But that's how close I am to it. Yeah, that's the A1 bridge. And yeah, it's bloody noisy. Yeah, it's constant, non-stop, even through the night, constant. But through the night, obviously, you get bigger lorries coming down with the orange beacons, and you think it's your indicators going, but or your alarm, but it's not. It's just the orange beacons off the lorries. Well, that left-hand rod, yeah, no beeps all day, and then literally just a beep beep. Yeah. Just as we're getting food on. It's always the bloody same, isn't it? Yeah, what is it? When I'm hungry, they're hungry. Is it them, or is it a liner, or what? I don't know. Yeah. Look, left hand rod. Probably just the smallest bloody roach going in, nicking 2 little pellets. And obviously, yeah. Right, so let's tell you this story about the ghost and whatnot then. Okay. So I'll put me out my video. Yeah, give you a bit more of an atmosphere. So it's nearly dark. Anyway, the graveyard, obviously at the church, St. What was it called? I can't remember what it's called now, the church. just on the other side of A1 Pits over the crossing. There's apparently a ghostly figure, what actually crosses over the railway, comes onto the fishing complex, patrols round the lakes, in between them all and all this lot. And where it likes to go is actually at that bridge behind me, over there. Can't see it, but it likes to go underneath that bridge and it just disappears. And then during early hours in the morning, during the early hours in the morning, hopefully, she likes to come down and visit the pegs. Apparently it is a woman. Let's go back down to the rods. So it is a woman, an old deer or something like that, I don't know. So comes and visits the people on the pegs. Not sure what it was. Yeah, something like that, nearly. So comes and gets sat outside here. And all this sort of. One of the main things what's been noticed, obviously, just standing outside the bivvy, when you're in bed, just glancing in at you, staring at you. Nice one to wake up to, is it? Hopefully if your rod's gone, you see that, if your rod's run out. See a white ghostly figure standing right in front of your doorway, your rod's gone. The first thing you wake up to is that. Well, apart from obviously your alarms going on, you go running out. I'm trying to keep out the wind because it is a bit windy. So that's one of them. There is a few, like, obviously you can actually go on Google, obviously, find these out yourself, but that's one of the main ones. There's another one, not far from here actually, a really haunted place, Bob's Island. It's actually part of the River Trent, around near the weir and that one. That's a really haunted place. I'm not messing up. That's close by. It's not far actually from here. Bob's Island. Not far at all. You could be getting spooked from there, coming here, and all that lot, having a little disco rave or whatever underneath that bridge. But that bridge, I say now, it is creepy, especially when that traffic stops. It is creepy under there. There's a load of like farm equipment, agricultural gear under there. Right, you have to bear with me, guys. I managed to get the lights on. I can't move my bloody feet. I got woke up by a really strange clicking noise. What the hell is it? Not a zip, something else. Like I said, I can't move my feet down there. Right, so it's not my blanket because obviously I'm unwrapped. Let me try and get up. Like I say, I can't move them. They're solid. What's going on here? It's like misties or something sat on them. Hang on. What's that? You see it? In the middle of the screen. Hey guys, right, I'm trying to keep a little bit quieter. Basically took some bits and bobs to the car because today itself it's been a bit of a oddball sort of day. It's not so much cold, it's very boggy all over the place. It's raining on and off, and it comes down pretty hard, to be fair. So if you think I'm going to be standing out there in the rain, then you can fuck off. While filming and all. So I took some bits as a car just to try and make it a bit easier for tomorrow morning, sort of thing. And since I've done that, obviously I've had all the breakfast and all that lot. And just try and air dry things out a little bit more on that one. So just make it a bit more airflow in here because it's all a bit crammed up. Big bag down there, big bag down there, and obviously so on, so on. So it's a bit more airflow coming in here now. But where I did all that spodding on that one, there's a couple of things happening over there. Yeah, so there's 2 rods over there. I've had a couple of beeps from it, obviously liners and stuff like that. One, I think was a take, so I seen a rod the lightest sort of thing. Could have just been liner, but it looks a bit too much to be that. Probably the snottiest bream. Yeah. And then obviously nothing from it, like hanger went up, right up in the air, like sort of thing. Basically hit the rod and then obviously, yeah, that was it. I did it. So come on. You can give me a chance to get off the bloody bed before the hanger went back down. So there's fish there. I can also see them with this as well. So there's big dark brown shadows obviously lurking around between the 2 rods, obviously where I put all the stuff in that one. And it's not far off the bank. They're going really tight up to the bank, these fish. So where the reeds are, they're literally going like a foot off of it. So they're going really tight up to it. The greave's been going up and down on that, but they've all buggered off. Ducks have been over there shagging as well. Yeah, they've buggered off. There's a gentle ripple on the lake, and it's between that, flat calm, and then hammering it down with rain. So it's a bit of a mixer, so I'm trying to keep quiet. Because obviously I don't want nothing to bugger up. There's no one between me and there, and no one on the other side of it, and stuff like that. So that's why I'm trying to keep it a bit quieter. Because there is fizzing going off. You can see where the water's changing colour, going that like murky brown sort of thing. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good for it. It's just getting these bloody things adjusted. Right, this is the reason why I've been trying to be quiet. So just on the left of that coot, all that is all the fizzing. And yeah, that's obviously where I've been putting the rods and the bait. So between this bush here, yeah, to that bush, all the way in there. It's not far away, as you can tell, like, but that is where that fizzing is, and I'm not putting no rods in there, like, so just leaving the 2 as they are. I was tempted to get the 3rd one in, the left one, but with that being there as it is, there's also more. Oh, where is it? Just on the tip of my finger there. So they're all around that now. Well, it's just gone 8 AM in the morning, Sunday, and there's my peg. All clean and tidy, apart from muddy footprints, and they are a bit muddy. Yeah. There's my peg, or was my peg, should I say. And well, it's a blank, another one. Yeah, but each blank makes it special. Obviously, for when something does happen, obviously, not a blank one makes it special. It obviously all just hollies up, and then when you do get something, it's like, yeah, happy days, isn't it? So, final view of the water. As you can see, there's a lot of it. And I'll just try and use this little corner to my advantage. Obviously, it's not paid off, is it? Like, the wind could have been a bit too fresh. It chilled right down last night. I mean, really chilled down. So originally I was hot, so I was in t-shirt in the bed. It's like, nah, this is too hot. So then I got out the normal bag and just used the peach skin cover. I got a bit of a beep going on at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what's this like? Got out and it was just weed on the line, obviously just dragging it towards me, sort of thing. So those were the only beeps last night. No bats, no bats doing me head in. So what I did, obviously altered it and it sorted it out, right? But that is it. All the bird life, for some reason, is right over there. Whether someone's been putting a bit of bait in, or the seagulls are over there. I've had a couple of swans and that down here, but nothing much. But all the bird life is over there. But it looks nice and flat, calm over there. So is the wind a little bit too fresh for it? How many fish are in it? I've got no idea. Yeah. Obviously with the Trent flooding, no, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think anyone knows that. So, right, time to final inspection of the peg, which is all gravy. Yeah, no rubbish around, no gear left around or anything like that. And I'm gonna have a walk at the complex, obviously, just have a chat to some anglers, and then obviously I'm gonna scarper off. And right, to the next one. See you later. Happy Halloween.